Another thing about a black eye is you don't ever get one black eye. Both eyes bruise. One eye will be more severe than the other, but you will always get, the bruise will always carry over to the other eye. So I'm going to start by going in the corner. So this is just a super colour. You can use any sort of grease. So I'm just going to go in I'm starting in the corner. In my mind, I'm visually mapping out where I'm going to put this bruise. So I'm going to start just in the corner like that. Then, so I don't forget, I'm just going to immediately go to the other eye and start adding a little bit of a bruise there. But this is before I've added texture or anything like this. So I'm just mapping it out. The depthness immediately starts the bruise off. I just mixed a purple, but I did this purple and I added a little bit of blue to it. Depends on the age of your bruise, really. You might need to add a little bit. Sometimes the bruise tones in the palette are too vibrant. They need to knock them down a little bit. So I'm just going to create a little bit of depth. Again, listen, you can be as subtle with it as you want. And at the moment, I am just mapping out what I'm going to do. The beauty of using an illustrator is, again, it's got to look like it's under the skin, not on the skin. You can use a glazing gel, you can use a bruise gel. Punched. If you use the natural contours of the face, like the cheekbone, bits of the nose, this area of the eye, you can make things look swollen without having to use a prosthetic. Look, I mean, I've literally done that and it looks swollen already.
Yeah.
Any sort of brush that you feel like you've got good control with is good, because then you can add the texture and the detail afterwards. Just doing a wash of purple, then I'll go in deeper in a minute. Don't want it too concentrated. The more concentrated you do it, the less realistic it's going to look. And then I'm going to go in here, actually go bruise in there as well. Again, I don't tend to add black. Black is too harsh. Make sure you use the 99%, not the 70%. Because you'd be like, why is it not working? That's why. Now I'm going to go in for like a greeny colour. I'm using a more of a texture brush for this. You just got to make sure that the colours are appropriate. And that is dependent on skin tone. The darker the skin tone, the darker the bruising, the more you see the purples, the blues, the deeper tones. The lighter the skin, the more green you tend to see. I'm just using this like whiskey brush just to dot detail. I'm working into the purple, I'm making the purple deeper, and then I'll do a little bit into the green as well. And get a little cotton bud, and then just work into it a little